world in some of the most spectacular ways imaginable. In Twisted Metal 4, the playable character Calypso was dethroned by his rival, Needles Kane, and thus he became a contestant in the insane races the game features, once taking control of him on a Soviet missile launcher truck that is painfully destructive and, of course, extremely deadly to the other players. The special ability of this vehicle is to launch a nuclear missile that has to be detonated near the opponents to reach its maximum potential. Nuclear power is a technology that allows the players to build a nuclear plant and ultimately wage war on their enemies with the help of nuclear weapons. For example, in Civilization 5, the nuclear warhead is an innovative weapon that can be developed in the Information era. It is delivered through a guided missile and it must be stationed in any of the cities you own or aboard a nuclear submarine. Having a range of 12, a nuclear missile will severely damage the opponent's towns and destroy all units within a blast radius of 2 tiles. The nuclear missile, or, in short, the nuke, is the Terran weapon of mass destruction that can be fired from a starship, a vehicle, or a structure. In the modern version, the nukes are laser-guided and deployed by the Ghost units. These missiles can be built in the nuclear silo or at the Ghost Academy in StarCraft 2, these structures only being capable of holding just one warhead at a time. The total damage made by 2 of these highly destructive weapons is enough to destroy almost everything in their path. In Supreme Commander, the player is able to use the strategic missile launchers to target any part of the map and unleash mayhem on their opponents. Even though the explosion of such a strategic missile is extremely effective and powerful, it doesn't necessarily decimate every unit that is situated in the affected area. After a player succeeds in deploying a nuclear missile, the other players will hear the warning, "Strategic launch detected." A series of nuclear weapons detonated through a variety of methods are used to cause a great deal of damage to targeted planets. These means of waging war on enemies are collectively known under the name of exterminators, and they usually result in a massive execution of the population that inhabits the planets they are sent to. In order to create an effective destructive firestorm, these nuclear weapons must be properly placed in orbit. As with other titles on this list, the nuclear missile is the weapon of choice in Red Alert 2 as well. Being far superior to conventional explosives when it comes to destructive power it yields, this nuke is definitely the most controversial item in terms of damage and fallout after effects. Since it is available both for the United States and the Soviet forces, the nuclear missile can be used by players to cause a great deal of devastation to the opposing faction. With a name that hints directly to the nuclear bomb used by the Americans in the Second World War, the Fat Man is a tactical nuclear catapult that can be found in Fallout 3. This mini-nuke projectile is extremely heavy and can be used to fire straight ahead, its ammunition traveling only a short distance before falling to the ground and detonating. The blast zone it causes will disperse radiation of up to 8 rads per second for a short period of time after the explosion. The Fat Man is able to fire about 167 mini-nukes before breaking down. The nuclear missile from Rise of Nations can be built.
You've got to capture the flag to complete your mission. The enemy has the flag. Build a dune buggy to get it back. Are you ready? Here's how you play. Dune buggies are fast, but have low attack. Humvees have medium speed and medium attack. And tanks are slow, but they do the most damage. Attack gold. Collect it. I know you got this. You can take it from here.
Today we're going to be looking at 10 of the most impressive games that feature zombies as a main theme. We're going to be talking about titles that have more to offer the player than just the usual gore, blood, and violence that's usually associated with the popular zombie genre. We're also going to factor in games that have a story to tell, that shape the industry, and have enjoyable gameplay. Zeke and Julie have to save their neighbors from the zombie apocalypse. In order to help them, you have a variety of weapons and power-ups at hand. Seems simple enough. Even though it didn't register a great commercial success, Zombies Ate My Neighbor has great gameplay, a unique sense of humor, and a unique 1993 graphical style. Throughout the 48 game stages, the heroes will fight several opponents, not just zombies. The majority of them inspired from horror movies: werewolves, ghouls, ghosts, vampires, and the like. We give this game our number 10 spot because it's a pioneer of the genre. Being in its early alpha stage after becoming an independent title, and not just a mod for Arma 2, DayZ is a zombie survival game that takes place in the fictional Russian city of Chernarus. The main goal of the game is to find food, clothing, and weapons that will help the player defend himself against Zeds and other threats. The game feels really organic, and the fact that you need to find medicine in case you get sick from various diseases adds even more to the realism. Since it's only in the early alpha stage, we didn't offer it a higher rank on our list. But because it's already sold 3 million copies, the future looks pretty bright. Even though this is technically just a mod for the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 game, we find its gameplay capabilities make for a very good zombie game. You can play the story and search for clues to stop the invasion, or you can choose the more action-pumped co-op mode. Either way, you'll have lots of activities to do, and you'll never get bored because the zombie waves that you have to defeat become more and more skilled as you advance through the levels. There's a new and complex ranking system that contributes to the competitive nature of this game. Because it has a variety of maps and very rewarding gameplay, we're placing it in our number 8 spot. An open-world first-person survival game set in a more exotic environment, the player is tasked with survival, like in many other zombie games. He or she has to find melee weapons and firearms that have various stats and function in unique ways. During nighttime or in dark areas, you have to use flashlights. This aspect adds even more to the horror feel of the game. You'll be fighting against different categories of zombies, some of them having special abilities like the ones from Left 4 Dead. Even though Dead Island has some technical glitches, the game makes up for them with customizable weapons, the well-implemented open-world experience, and simple gameplay it offers. This game tests the player's ability to be a true and reliable leader. You have to search for food, shelter, and weapons while being in charge of a group of survivors. The gameplay mixes strategy with shooting, stealth, and role-playing. There are 150 characters with different traits, and the player can interact with them, bring them into his team, or simply help them out. Besides the fighting and shooting parts, present in almost all zombie horror survival games, State of Decay focuses less on having the player just kill zombies over and over again, and actually presents other real complications that would exist in a zombie apocalypse scenario, making it more than just a smash up the zombies type game. The way movement is portrayed in Dying Light sets it apart from other similar entries, due to the parkour component that enhances the gameplay experience. The zombies' behavior changes from day to night, becoming more active and dangerous when the lights go out. The player has to find tactical ways to defeat the zombies in the attempt to save the political leader that went rogue in the city of Haran. The sound and music design are very well implemented and enhance the abandoned feeling even more. All in all, Dying Light is a complex game that keeps the player alert and challenges his strategic decisions. Going head-on into a pack of zombies might not be such a good idea if you can take the high road instead. Following the classic flu outbreak that turns the people infected into mindless zombies cliché, Left 4 Dead 2 brings together 4 protagonists that roam the post-apocalyptic American cities trying to fight off the infected. The player controls one of 4 heroes, and the game definitely offers a better experience if the other 3 people are actual human players rather than bots, because this is a game where you have to rely on your friends saving you. Besides the usual zombies, there are 7 special infected classes: the boomer, the hunter, the tank, the witch, the smoker, the charger, the spinner, and the jockey. Each of them has particular traits and skills, transforming them into really challenging targets. Left 4 Dead 2 is remarkable for its AI system that changes the attack patterns of zombies, making the gameplay unique each and every time. Exactly like the eponymous comic book series, the action takes place in the fictional zombie apocalypse world of Georgia. The game is played from the perspective of the main character, Lee Everett, and unlike other graphic adventure games, the Walking Dead puts an emphasis on the decision-making and the actions the player takes throughout the game. Both the dialogue choices and the responses to the quick-time events affect the continuation of the storyline. Each of the 5 episodes has different protagonists, and the story unfolds as the player advances in the plot. It's certainly different from our other entries on the list, but the moral implications of player choice as well as its gameplay make The Walking Dead a one-of-a-kind zombie title. A highly acclaimed title that established and popularized the third-person view in a shooting game, it also paved the way for many other games that wanted to go cross-platform. Resident Evil 4 is a very effective mix between horror, survival, and third-person shooter. Often acknowledged as one of the best games in gaming history, Resident Evil 4 is number 2 on our top 10 list for the sheer innovation it brought to the table. The feeling of solitude and despair from other zombie games shifts towards the adrenaline-filled, all-powerful hero that shoots off hordes of enemies. The meticulously rendered graphics, the fast-paced action, and the myriad of ways of defeating your enemy are pure bliss when playing this game. Piecing together a great story, stunning graphics, and a masterfully developed gameplay, The Last of Us was included in the best games of all time lineup. The player takes the role of Joel, the main character, and has to help Ellie pass across the fungus-infested American cities. The infected people turn into cannibals, and thus the hero has to use weapons, along with a good strategy to defeat them. The development of characters, especially the detail that went into the relationship between Joel and Ellie, the sound design, the music, the environment, everything shouts great attention to detail and a stellar game design. Because of these factors, The Last of Us shouldn't be regarded as just another zombie survival game, but as a truly engaging journey with a masterful design edge. Those were our choices for the top 10 zombie games of all time. But now we have a question for you. If you could have any one weapon to defend yourself from the zombie apocalypse, what would it be and why? Please let us know in the comments below. Now would also be a good time to remind you to like this video if you enjoyed it, because we do appreciate it, and it does help us immensely. You might even want to think about subscribing to our channel, because we upload new videos all the time, so subscribing will keep you up to date with all of our latest stuff. You can check out fraghero.com for more gaming-related articles. Until next time, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah. What?
You want the box for your Bible?
Yeah.
Tell them to hold fire. 지휘관, 나 대통령인데 발포하지 마세요. 발포하면 안 됩니다.
Launch secondary strike as planned.
Fighter
What?
bombers.
Confirm your position, please.
Well, yeah.
Fighter bomber.
Keeping it.
Just in case the ROK army loses control on the ground, we scrambled to fight a bomber just 10 minutes ago below 5 miles.
Southeast Boondog. Confirm the drop location.
General, confirm the location.
We'll go, sir. What's going on? 이게 무슨 소리입니까?
항생 라인에 가까운 카메라가 어디죠?
to return to the bird farm. 미사일 발사를 준비합니다. 부장 시민 여러분, 대통령입니다. 정부는 그 어떠한 경우에도 여러분들을 포기하지 않습니다. 모든 진압 작전을 중단시켰습니다. 이제부터 안심하십시오. 지금은 그 자리에 그대로 계셔 주십시오. 즉시 구조팀을 보내드리겠습니다.